Greetings, Lisa Passini here. If you go to sleep at night and you feel like you've done something, more than likely you have. We consider this that you're working for the army of the Lord or you're working for the army of the bad guys. Either way, I'm speaking to you. These theorems are based on Dolores Cannon's work, reading the Bible, and my own personal experiences. Now I'm in a hotel room and there are people upstairs. I met them this morning. They're on purpose here, paid for by the conglomerate. They kept me up all night just stomping around. And then they went up there with like 50,000 plates of food, and God only knows. So the running of the water will be on purpose because they can hear everything I say, because I can hear everything they say, which is interesting. Last night I came into this room. I'm pretty observant, and this morning there was a piece of glass just showed up in my bathroom, and they can do that, which witchcraft and warlockery. Oh, I think I got it on backwards. I hate when I do that. um, so I'm still being, the conglomerate is still paying for people to be here following me. They followed me around. This harassment will end. I know it will end. And I don't think they'll be able to handle the region I'm in. I don't think they'll be able to do what they've done in other places. People are different in different parts of the United States. It's interesting. To any of my art and design friends, if you actually listen to me, which maybe you don't because my story is kind of a sad story. Here I am, Lisa Passini. I'm homeless. I'm literally homeless. I kind of, oh look, my wig looks different today. Do I have it on backwards? Maybe I've always put it on wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna go with it. I have a different look today in my wig. How is that possible? Anyway, but I guess it is. I left my room yesterday, and I think people do come in my room and harass me. They might have even put a different wig because it actually feels quite different. Um, and I hope it's not spelled. Now, my second husband, I left the marriage because he was involved with witchcraft and warlockery. Look, this is not my wig, people. Come on, you all know me. And there's no way this is on backwards. So there it is, visual evidence of my life being tampered with on a really big scale. Now, I pulled some cards this morning. I pulled them for me, but Michael the angel wants me to share these cards with you, partially because I'm speaking to the conglomerate and they need to know certain things are done. And then they said this reading might actually affect somebody else because there's a few of you out there going through what I'm going through. And I'm so sorry for you if you are. What I was going to say, my New York City friends, if any of you watch me, when you leave the eastern seaboard, like, okay, so if you go from New York to Florida, there's differences in culture, but it's not like New York to Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri. I was just down in the eastern shore of the Gulf Shores in Daphne, Alabama. I've lived in Montana before, and now I'm here again. I'm in Billings, Montana. I finally got clearance to tell you that, and I'll be interested to see how the conglomerate fares here, because people are really different. I met a friend last night. I made a friend and did a reading for Elizabeth, and it's up on Arcadia Speaks. And what I want to say to my New York friends is, when you leave the New York region, you'll find that people are grossly different than what you would think most people are. There's a lot of uh, closet, bedroom, twisted relationships and backstabby. They smile in your face and backstab. And most of the America country is very disoriented and dislodged. And I made Victor laugh this morning because I feel like, those when you come on a road and then you have to go this way and the other side goes this way. And they even have one of those in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I think the next time I see one, I might film it in my car. And I think it's a British agenda to destroy the mentality of Americans. I really do. I know that sounds twisted and insane, but I hope in some ways I make people laugh, because laughter is the way out of any crisis, really. If you can't laugh your way out of it, what's the point? Anyway, here I am trying to laugh away that I'm homeless, and what disappointed me is that, my kids have their own lives, but they're not interested in having Grammy or Mom tag along, which really makes me feel like, to most of you raising children out there, they are who they are, and when they grow up, they're gonna not want a effing thing to do with you, unless you're lucky people. Okay, and so most of us who are dysfunctional and unlucky have families who don't want us. And that's where I find myself, completely unwanted by anybody. So I find that interesting. Even this conglomerate group, they want my energy, but they don't want to be friends with me. I'm just not pretty enough. And I just won't say the words they want me to say. I just won't bless their agenda of evil and crime. So nobody wants me, okay? Nobody effing wants me. And that's where I find myself, and that's what I'm fighting against, They don't want me, but they'll come in and they'll steal my wig and put a different one on. Maybe this one will actually bless me. Maybe the curses will go to them and I'll get a blessing from this. I don't know. Let's go and see. Let's see what the cards are saying to you, and I'll tell you what they were saying to me. So at first I pulled the kitty cat cards, right? So we got strength, judgment, so strong judgment. What's that? Page of Swords. I don't have my reading glasses on. 3 of Cups. And King of Swords. So I'm considering that this Page of Swords right now speaks of me, and the partnership, me and the conglomerate partnership that's pretty much run by this King of Swords. Now I'm not exactly sure who that is. It could be several guys that I don't particularly care for. But this is going to be a strong judgment message to the group that thinks they operate my heart space. This is hilarious. You guys don't operate anything. You might be able to pay people to come in here and break laws and change my fucking wig and steal my stuff, but you don't operate my heart space. Never going to happen. Not for anything in the world. I operate my heart space, and I operate my heart space through and with God. Now, I used to listen to other people, but it's pointless, right? What has anybody else done for me other than take? That's a really sad thing to have to say after 68 years of life. And I know I've given a lot to a lot of people. I've given a lot of joy, fun, good advice. I've been a friend to people. I've shared my mom and dad's liquor. I've always been a very sharing person. And I don't see that coming back. And, we have to make our own way, right? It's a sad time for me. So if this makes you feel guilty in any way that your life is perfect, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do that to you. It's just that sometimes people need to be aware that some people are struggling. And it's okay. It's okay to struggle, especially when it's not your fault and it's not your fault. Sometimes we have to just slap ourselves around and tough up and look. I looked up what a spiritual union was about, because there's this guy out there who thinks he's having a spiritual union with me. And then one of the tarot readers is like that's not always a positive thing. So I looked into it, and mostly stuff on the internet is spiritual union has to do with your self-actualization with God and yourself. So I don't know like what other tarot readers are saying. It's like everybody can say anything except for the blue wig. She can't say anything or be her. It's just so bizarre. This is a bizarre story that I'm involved in, and I hope it ends. Anyway, that King of Swords is throwing this Seven of Wands, right? You're always having something to knock out of the way. You're always fighting something. Why is this image not showing? One by one. One by one. Knock them down. Me, Temperance, Balance, Sagittarian energy. Somebody with balance. Gonna knock them puppies out. You throw it at me, and I'm restraining. I'm holding back. The whole partnership with Victor is just about done, okay? Holidays are coming. I'm not going through Sapphire doing the bullshit she did, at the illusion time. Victor's coming, Victor's coming. No, he's not. Victor's not coming. Victor's full of shit, okay? And you're all full of shit. You're all full of shit about Victor, okay? Justice. Justice is going to hurt when it happens to you guys in the conglomerate. And death. Death has happened to a few of you. Or this is the devil. The devil's going to get bit or is going to bite you. That's going to be your justice. Everything you send to me is going to come right back to you. See that 10 of Cups? That's you wanting it. You're going to want it really bad, and you're not going to get it. And it's going to end. 10 of Swords. Ends. With the Knight of Wands. Ends with a passion. Passionate message. Maybe that's this message. So whatever you want really badly, it's a good possibility you're not going to get it in the cup space. Especially if you're doing it with deceit and you're not being honest about it. Here's the alchemy cards today. We got Neptune. They're still playing with water magic. That's hilarious, okay? Earth. Neptune and the Earth are protecting the third eye chakra of a certain individual. So keep on doing it. I can't wait. I can't wait for the end of this day for you if you're attacking somebody you shouldn't be. I can't wait for the end of the day for you if you're attacking somebody you shouldn't. Now we did, what is this? This one here. Now Michael said, Lisa, pull more cards. Okay, we want you to talk about the whole thing. So, Victor, has been doing sex magic. He's been trying to make me lust for him. And who wouldn't lust for him? He's a handsome guy. He's got a nice looking neck. I think his neck is better than his cheekbones. I've been told I've made him look. He started looking at people's necks differently. I forgot to look at Tom Cruise's neck because I just watched the movie Collateral. Let's see, Rocky has a good neck. Sylvester Stallone, it's a pretty powerful neck. Anyway, he's been doing sex magic to make the well lust for him. Evidently, he's the one. He's the one in charge of the well for the conglomerate. Okay, and then, so, lust and Seven of Pentacles. He wanted the lust to grow, but this is the Thoth card, and it says failure. It will grow so far, because the real love is not there. So, right, Cups. Looking for, what's this word here? Satiety. He wants the satiety. He wants that passion and the satiety. And I don't know if that means for Victor the satiety for himself or he wants the satiety for the conglomerate. So that's the real question here. And let's see. This one was at the last. So they want abundance. It wants abundance in the cup space, right? abundance, the magic, the power that comes with that. From the Queen of Pentacles, which I find it interesting. She's holding a globe and she's looking out. I never really noticed before. There's palm trees in there, but she's got that goat there and she's really horny. So it says to me, he's really trying to make that queen horny. And this is like the Dreamtime stuff, but he wants to keep it. He wants to keep the relationship in the Dreamtime because he thinks there's a victory, there's success for him in his heart space. And I have to wonder, Victor, how many times have you tried to swap my soul with with the teeth of all things? He was in that movie with this woman with teeth. I call her the teeth. I make fun of everybody that Victor fucks, okay? Because it's laughable, in my opinion. So then well, who is this? This is the Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords needs to have a mental adjustment. Prince of Swords wants it all. He wants it all in the Dreamtime. Doesn't want to come out of Dreamtime. But he needs an adjustment. Because all of the universe, the entire effing universe, and when I say universe, I mean the ETs and stuff, they're working. They're looking and working. And there's cosmic wealth out there that's going to tower you. Like, what you're trying to break has worked so hard that it's protected, and your conglomerate is going to fall. You're going to tower. Okay. Tower big time coming. Today, court today, and you all switched out my hair. I find it interesting. Queen of Cups. So what's her name? Kate. Queen of Cups. Can't stop. She thinks she's the shit. She's gonna do magic. She's gonna do magic to get pleasure from the water sign, from Victor. She's going for it. She's gonna do magic, and she's going for you, Victor. The greasy German's gonna go for you. Excuse me, I don't mean to be biggity, but I'm being biggity. And he's the one who called her that. And that's why I'm saying it. Because Victor talks bad about you guys. Now, there's strength. Here's the ultimate. The strength in this Princess of Fire, this Princess of Wands, she's a Princess of Fire. The strength of the Princess of Fire, due to the cruelty done to her, and then there's the Hangman. There should be a different perspective on the cruelty. It needs to change, people. Spirit's going to change it today. Those of you who are sitting in court today, some things are going to change for you today. Anyway, that's the end of that message. I hope it worked for somebody else. I read it for me. Spirit said, just say what you see. It maybe will affect somebody out there. Now, in October, Dr. Seven from Planet 9 witnessed some things that went on in New Jersey. And I wonder if Dr. Seven's going to show up today and talk about some of the crap that happened in Jersey in October. Could be. Chester the horse. First quarter moon. It's time. Chester's given the first quarter moon. Chester has an objective for somebody out there. This is for somebody. I don't know what this means. First quarter moon, and it's time. Okay? Which I think tomorrow, let's see where the moons are. Let's find out where the moons are. Miss Lisa's always got that moon thing there. I think today or tomorrow is the new moon. Come on, phone. Wake up. Pay attention. moon phases. Whoever the King of Swords is, you're done today. And I'm glad. I wish I could be there. The new moon is tomorrow. Today is the 19th. The new moon is tomorrow, and the first quarter, or is that the last quarter? What's this say? First quarter is the 28th. So between now and the 28th, something with Chester. Okay, between now and the 28th. Okay, Planet 9. Partnership was cut. Mr. Kintsugi is cut out of the partnership. And because of biggity, and I have that written as biggity instead of bigotry, biggity, racist energy. Oh, I'll probably get in trouble, but who cares? Y'all don't see my videos anyway, right? You've been fired by the cloak of levitation for crimes against humanity, Dr. Strange. Somebody with real biggity energy whose magic is going to go awry on them no longer has protection. Their cloak of levitation has been stripped from them. And that's the end of that. That's all the messages I have today. I did do some filmography on the laptop driving, but I don't know if I'm going to show it. It's pretty long. I haven't watched the whole thing, and it's the scenery wasn't that striking like when it comes up on the laptop, so I don't know if I'll put it out there or not. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Remember, I think you're amazing, and I absolutely do love you. If you have prayers for me, I have 1 week to see if I can get myself a place to live and a job. So that's my project. If you don't see me, that's why. Anyway, I love you all. Be well. Bye now.